Hey, Yinz guys and gals, gather around for a journey like no other. It's time to hop on board the Where Yinz Goin podcast. From the rivers that meet at the point to form downtown Pittsburgh, to the sheer face of Half Dome, to the furthest corners of the globe, Matt will be your compass, your confidant, your companion as we explore the wonders of travel. So sit back, relax on your couch, and let the wanderlust whoosh over Yinz as we discover new horizons and reminisce about old favorites. With Matt by your side, the sky's the limit. Join Matt on the Where Yinz Goin podcast because when it comes to travel, the journey's just getting started. And now, without further ado, let's give a shot for your guide through the highways and byways of travel, your planning partner, the voice of the still city, Matt Schraeder. Hi, Yinz doing? Welcome to the Where Yinz Goin podcast. I'm Matt. I'm your host. Joining me again today is Amanda, who I think is trying to take my job as host.
I
So
think
welcome
so.
back, Amanda. I think we've
Thanks for
established that
having
Amanda is
me
devious.
again,
Amanda's devious, so I don't know if she has like an inside,
right?
underlying plot here, but
Right.
it's good to have you, Amanda.
What is this, like the
So,
250th time? I don't know.
yeah, who's counting? So now, one of the reasons people go on vacation is to get away from your everyday craziness and be able to relax. And no place in the universe is more relaxing than Walt Disney World Resort.
Nope.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So up at the crack of dawn, staying to the wee hours of the night, running around across the parks for several days, trying to beat the lines and get everything done is not the most relaxing thing. However, to channel my best Stephen A. Smith there, you
Right.
don't need to do that on your trip to the most magical place on earth.
Mm-hmm.
You can have a slow-paced, relaxing trip in Walt Disney World, and that's what today's podcast is all about. That we're going to
Yes.
talk about ways to take it easy, focus on attractions that won't get your heart racing too fast, but also aren't going to have you waiting in line too long. So this is one
Yes.
you can go a little more slower paced and still have a really good time at Walt Disney World.
As busy as the world is, there's always a spot to find the quiet and the peace.
And let's start at Magic Kingdom, and the place that is very geared
Very
towards a
busy.
slower pace. Main
Oh
Street,
yeah.
USA.
Ah,
And look
Main
for
Street
the rocking
USA.
chairs on Main Street.
Oh, the rocking chairs. I love just sitting in a rocking chair and just people watching.
There are some people that's like the first thing they go to and just
I
watch
it
everyone rush to to their first attraction. You just
Yeah.
watch them.
Like I tend to if I do I don't do it as often anymore, but if I rope drop, like I will pick like the one or two attractions to rope drop to get out of the way that are like really heavy lines later in the day and I will rope drop and then I usually get second breakfast at that point. I've had breakfast already, so we've talked about being hobbits before at Disney
Yep.
World with multiple meals. Um I usually get my second breakfast and just find a spot to sit and just watch people because one of my favorite parts of going to Disney is watching the magic on other people's face. So you see those people that are like walking in for their very first time in the Magic Kingdom that are seeing the castle for the first time and just the look that comes over their faces, even adults, people there is a magic that comes over people in Disney World that is you can't explain it, but once you see it, it's there, And then seeing kids who see like Mickey for the first time and I love that. It's my favorite thing ever.
And just eavesdropping while you're in line and there's some
On
other people
people's
around you and just the
conversations.
converse. But you get those people who this is their first time and it's like, oh, and the kid's so excited. We're going to do this. And we just got done with it. And they're
And
rambling
they're
on a
so
mile a
happy.
minute and just the excitement is there.
Yeah.
And like Amanda said, just when they're walking in and just looks on people's faces and oh look, there's Mickey and oh there's the castle and oh we're gonna do that later on and the energy that comes from that, which that is one of the things that keeps me going back to Walt Disney World is that feeling that
Mm-hmm.
I'm not experiencing that because I've been there so many times, but you get to live it vicariously through other people.
Yeah.
And that's one of the neat things about whenever I've talked about this on here before of other people's first that you're taking with you, like my wife's first time going, my
Yeah.
daughter's first time going, my daughter's first time going when she could do more things. And so
Yep.
each time you go down, it is a first because there's always something new. So there's always that little bit of excitement you get to experience, but seeing other people for the very first time when everything's new.
Yeah. Like I got to take my best friend for her very first time when we were adults already. And she had never even been on an airplane. And to take her on not only her first plane trip and then to Walt Disney World. And like my parents ended up hijacking our vacation and coming with us for most of the trip too. So like same thing. My dad was like, I've known you since like her since we were 10. He's like, I needed to see this for myself too, because like you're my daughter basically. So they ended up having more fun than we did watching her experience all the firsts. Like she's obsessed with Ariel. So like my dad was like, no, we're waiting in line. Like I don't care how long the line is, we're waiting for you to meet Ariel. And that's back when Ariel first met in her tail, like she wasn't in her ball gown, she was in her tail. And the like she was my best friend was just mesmerized, just like, oh my God, it's actually Ariel. I was like, yes, it's actually Ariel. Here you go. Go live your childhood dreams, meet Ariel in the grotto. Like it
Now,
was
whenever,
so much
go ahead.
fun,
Yeah.
you know.
Whenever it is your first trip, get the first trip button.
Yes, we got her the first trip button and the magic that happens with those buttons, the cast members really make your trip special with that.
And those are free. You can get them at most of the retail locations, some little kiosks. Some restaurants might have them too.
Guest
Um,
services usually.
yeah, guest service, yeah, at the front of the park. And if it's not your first time, get an I'm celebrating button.
Hmm.
Um, our next trip, it's going to be sort of corresponding with my wife's birthday. We're not going to a park on her birthday. That's our travel home day, but it still counts.
The
But we always
whole
find
week
something to
counts for a
celebrate.
birthday week. Come on.
Yeah, some people will celebrate their birthday week, some people their birthday month. I celebrate my birthday year every year.
Right? Why not? I celebrate my own birthday.
So now, Magic Kingdom with Main Street USA, the Main Street vehicles.
Yes.
Now, they don't run the whole time. They only run at certain times during the day, but being able to get on the horse-drawn carriage or the fire truck or the little bus or whatever, they have different things at Disneyland too. But
Mhm.
just riding up and down, yeah, you might be able to walk faster than it, but you're there to
It's the
experience something new.
experience.
You can
Yes.
walk everywhere. You can't ride a horse-drawn carriage down Main Street USA all the
Mm.
time. So hop on it if you can. And if
Yeah.
also if it's a horse-drawn thing, if you're sitting in it, you're guaranteed not to you'll
Step
avoid
in.
any possible landmines or presents that the horses. Now, besides that, there's the Main Street windows. So as you're walking down
Yes.
Main Street, look up. Well, either look straight ahead at the windows because they decorate those and they're themed and they change throughout the year and they're really creative. But looking up, you get to see the contributors to Walt Disney World, or if you're in Disneyland, Disneyland. And
Hmm.
it's pretty neat that they not only have the people there, and if you know Disney history, you can recognize some famous names, but
Yes.
also they have like these fake jobs and how that kind of goes along with something that was either one of their hobbies or something they liked or kind of went with their job when they were with Disney. Like there's one for Walt's dad, Elias Disney. He's Walter Elias Disney, W-E-D Wed. So if you see all that stuff,
Bedway
um,
and
but he's
yeah.
listed like as a contractor, and that's really what he was. Well, one of his many jobs. He did try to
Hmm.
do so many get rich quick schemes, and they never worked out. But one of the things that really he worked on, he was a um, carpenter, like a construction worker. That he built houses in Chicago for a while, and he was actually successful with that,
So that's how they honored him with his window was they made
making
him
him the contractor.
a
Yeah, there's
contractor. Yeah.
was it Roy E. Disney? So Roy, not Walt's brother,
Right.
his nephew, that he likes sailing a lot, and so it's something with sailing for his window.
Yes. And it's interesting, even the placement of windows. So at Disneyland, Walt's window is at the very end of Main Street overlooking Sleeping Beauty's castle. And at Disney World, because Roy Disney was the overseer, because Walt had passed on, he is overlooking Cinderella Castle at the very end. Um, but it's every main street at every Disney park has windows dedicated to the main people who were involved in the building of those parks. So it's different in every park, which is fascinating to me. I mean, that's we've discussed that being a potential podcast episode. That might be like a multi-part
Oh yeah, just going down that
deep
list.
dive.
One of my favorites is down by Town Hall is Marty Sklar.
Mm-hmm.
That he was a long time Disney employee. That he started working there at Disneyland like the month before it opened. He like graduated from UCLA and he
Mm.
was did like the Disneyland paper, like the newspaper that they published each day or each week, whatever they put out is like, information about Disneyland. And he progressed through the company that he became pretty much Walt's speechwriter, eventually was the head of Imagineering, and
Yes.
incredible guy. He wrote several books. I got him to sign them, at least one of them. And I actually had an email exchange with him, whenever I was getting the book signed or whatever I found it, however I found his email address. And tremendously polite that I was out there in Disneyland. I was like, hey, I'm going to be out here. I will take you to lunch. And he politely begged off that he was spending time with family. And he was getting on in years. Now he's passed away since then. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and so it was understandable, but I took the chance. I still saved that email. I have that
Mm-hmm.
email. So, and I believe even at Hollywood Studios, they have some windows.
Yeah, Hollywood Studios, it's a little bit more hidden. So they do have windows, but they also have like there's a couple other places where they have names hidden. So like they have on the main boulevard area, there's like apartment buildings, like fake apartment buildings where the names of tenants are actually cast members' names. There's certain things like in the like the benches, the advertisements on the benches and the advertisements up on Sunset Boulevard. There's all sorts of little hidden things to commemorate cast members. So it's not just windows, it's a little bit more extensive because they had to blend it in with the
Has to fit the time
decor.
period in the decor, yeah.
Yeah, but that it really started with the Main Street windows on at Magic Kingdom and Disneyland Park.
And also, particularly at Hollywood Studios, is look at even the names of the businesses that aren't uh, references to cast members. They're kind of funny. That it's
The
oh,
play on words was
what's the
fascinating.
dentist?
So funny. Oh,
There's something about pulling teeth or something.
yeah.
It's like the old joke about lawyers. It's the Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe.
Hmm. There's a
It's like
bunch of them.
semi-painless dentistry or
Yeah.
something. There is also above the Hollywood and Vine restaurant an homage to one of my favorite Disney movies. One of my favorite movies of all time is Who Framed Roger Rabbit,
Oh, yes.
where there's the Eddie Valiant private investigator, and you see
Hmm.
the Roger Rabbit cutout going through the blinds.
Yes.
Spoiler alert from the movie, but you can watch that if you don't know that reference.
Right.
Now, other
Anyway,
things, yeah, the Walt Disney World train,
the
taking the train
train.
around the
Yes.
park. Just be careful that if you have a youngster who is going to use that time to sleep, the whistle does get kind of loud.
Yes.
Although my daughter slept through that we we got on it just to ride around, and we knew she was getting kind of tired, and she ended up sleeping. We went a lot longer on the train than we planned because she was napping. We let her stay there.
Yes. Although now they've changed it for the moment while they're doing the Frontierland. Um, they're
The
making
additions, yeah.
Cars Land and Villains Land. It's only going to be, you have to go one way and get off and then go back. It's only going between Fantasyland and Main Street. Although Stitch has now taken over. So Stitch is the conductor. So that's a little fun. Again,
I'll say,
Disney changes. And I love that they just added that little like, okay, Stitch crashes the train, because he's, troublemaker.
and you heard Amanda's little giggle of delight because Stitch is her favorite.
Stitch is my spirit animal, yes.
Now, another thing that and actually I like the Disneyland railroad a little bit better because there's more stops.
Yes, and the Disneyland Railroad it's more of an attraction than it is at Walt Disney World, where they have the dinosaurs and all of the dioramas that they have where you go through that one section.
The Grand
So,
Canyon Suite. Dun, dun,
yes,
dun, 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 dun.
right?
And where are those dinosaurs from?
Oh,
1964, 65
something in the
World's
World's
Fair.
Fair. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
It was one of
the
it's
GM
hmm
attraction that they did not the one attraction they did not bring directly to Disneyland after the World's Fair
yeah,
because it
they just
was
installed it on the train.
yeah, they took the part of it, so they still used it. But Carousel of Progress, It's a Small World, and Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln.
Yeah,
There's another podcast idea.
right?
So, no other things to do, and this is one of my favorites, the Dapper Dans. Or if you're in
Yes.
Disneyland Park, the Disneyland Band. Oh,
Oh,
they
it's
are
fantastic to
so,
listen to. They're
so
so
good.
good.
One, just the music, but two, it's a show. I
It
mean,
is.
there's little back and forth. There's comedy stuff
I
that
love I love it.
and then during Halloween, the cadaver dance, where they're
Yes.
dressed up like kind of like zombies
Yes.
or
And I
corpses,
love it
whatever you want to think of it.
because I've done a cappella. I have a choir history. So it is not as easy as it looks, let me tell you, to be in four-part harmony without background music. So they are talented people, you know.
I've sung professionally before. Now
Yeah.
that's really been someone paying me to leave when I was singing, but I still count it.
Nope, I did professional a cappella and it in a girls group, and it is not as easy as it looks, let me tell you. You get off key, one person gets just slightly off key and you are derailed completely. Like
Yeah,
the talent that it takes to be a barbershop quartet is impressive. And they just can, like, I've been there and somebody will just call out a song and they just jump right into it. It's very hard to do that. It's especially if you're not practiced to just be able to grab it and create a tune with harmony.
there's no auto tune like there are for some boy bands. Okay,
Right. This is real life.
no,
On that note, there's also the piano player at Casey's Corner who
oh
is
yeah.
phenomenal. There's a couple of them that rotate through, but there's one that I've seen pretty regularly, and he does the same thing. Call out a song, and he just immediately jumps right into it, and it's incredible music.
Now
I
for him,
wish
tips are appreciated too,
Yes, tips are appreciated too, but not
and they can
expected.
help you get your song played a little bit
Yes.
faster.
But it's just nice. It's part of the environment. Like they usually are singing songs or playing songs in terms of Casey's Corner pianist. Like they are true to the time period that they're trying to portray on Main Street,
Yeah,
USA,
turn of the
turn of the
19th into
19th
20th
century.
century. Yeah.
So it's usually those songs that you would have heard back then.
And we talked about this on the podcast when we talked about the music. It's like Meet Me in
Mhm.
St. Louis stuff. And that's another
Right.
fun thing of just walking down Main Street. It's, you hear a tune with no lyrics. It's like, what is
You're
that
like,
song?
what is
It's like,
that?
name that tune.
But it's so familiar because it's just so quintessential. You've heard it for so many years and in so many things that it's all about making the memory, you
Hmm.
know?
And then the other thing with the Dapper Dans I alluded to before about the comedy that it's one of the
It's
Disney,
slapstick.
yeah, it's like from the from Disney's Wonderful World of Color thing that I've seen some of the older episodes that there's one of the Dapper Dans who's completely out of sync with the others and he's trying to
Hmm.
catch up that they're like all take their hats off so he takes his off but then and he's like all smug he's like yeah I caught up and then they all put their hats on and it's it's a visual visual dumb comedy stuff that I don't
Yep.
know it tickles my heart.
Right.
So also with moving on, if we're gonna make a right then at the hub, going to Tomorrowland, the People Mover. And we're gonna
Oh, I
talk about
love
this on
the
another
people
episode, but one of the
mover.
most underrated attractions at Disney.
It is. I'm so glad my child is like me in Disney opinions because we have to go on the people mover. And
Good
he watches
parenting.
every time. And like this time, he's like, because he's tall enough now to go on Space Mountain. And he's like, but I watched it with the lights on inside the people mover, and I'm not so sure I want to go on it yet. Like, it's okay. You don't have to go on it. Mom's not going on it. It's okay. You can't go on it by yourself. So you can't go on it without mom. So
Yeah, the be careful though if you have little kids because it does get dark inside there.
it does.
And the little tip is if Space Mountain is ever down, hop on the
It
People
gets
Mover.
busy. Oh my God. Everybody runs to see Space Mountain with the lights on.
So we've just lucked out a couple of times on that.
Hmm.
Now, part of the ones that the People Mover sort of goes right over top, and we mentioned it on here before, the Carousel of Progress,
Carousel of Progress.
which we've Emma and I discussed beforehand, that that's another one of her son's favorites.
Oh, he
And
is obsessed.
my little girl loves dogs, so that's why she wants to go on. It's like, can we see the dogs again?
Yes.
So yeah, it has a different name in each of the scenes.
Hmm.
Although I'm interested to see how they pull off the new announcement, just came from D23. And
Yes.
well, not new by the time you hear this, but new when we're recording it, is that there will be a Walt Disney character who's being introduced.
Yes.
So I'm
So
interested to
I
see
saw
how
that
they throw him in.
it's gonna be like a video on the front at the very beginning. So he's basically going to introduce the ride, which I think is gonna be okay. I think it would be harder to add him into the actual ride as an audio animatronic, but they did really well with the audio animatronic over at Disneyland. So
Yeah, I just don't
it's,
know how he'd fit the story though,
I
unless
don't know how it would fit the story unless
no,
they brought him into the 50s.
or they would have to like completely redo the whole theme because that's kind of
Yeah,
basically Walt's life of being born in what 1901,
right.
and so they could kind of follow him through his growing up. That
They could make
okay,
it
Disney,
Walt,
different attraction, just saying.
right? But then, no, you can't replace the Carousel of
Uh, uh,
Progress. You can't,
I didn't
like,
say replace it. New attraction.
yeah, but okay. That would be that would be wonderful. Yeah. But we do love the Carousel of Progress in our house. We sing the song a lot.
It's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
Shining at the end of every day.
Another one that in Tomorrowland, Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor. That
Yes.
attractions that make me laugh. I will go on those again and again and again and again.
You do love the good old dad joke.
And with this one, I'm proud to say that I've gotten to be Mike Wazowski with one eye.
Mhm.
So as I'm
You're right.
covering up one eye. But that's the other
Oh,
nice thing is that it's a different show each time. They do repeat some of the
yes.
jokes, but you get to text in your own joke, so that changes. And the biggest thing is the interaction and the reactions of the people that they show
Yes.
on screen, and whether the person's going to be, that cool guy who doesn't want, they're too cool to take part in this, and they're going to kind of be stubborn. And then of
Right.
course
That's usually my husband.
the monsters, of course, are going to play off of that and
Oh, yeah.
keep nagging you or the guy, the people who completely get into it and they're going right on, gung ho. Yes, I love this. Pick me next time
Yeah.
again, like me. Um,
Or my father gets into it. He is a character. So he gets into all this stuff and it, oh. quite entertaining, let me tell you. Or my child. My child takes after him a little bit. He gets very excited to tell his jokes. He thinks they're the funniest ever. But that's 5 years old for you.
Well, I'm slightly older than 5, and I'm still on that
Well,
level, so I don't know.
it's okay.
No, moving on a little bit into Fantasyland, into the Storybook Circus area, Casey
Yes.
Jr. Splash Pad. Although,
I do
please,
love that Casey Jr. splash pad. They did a beautiful job with that. And just the theming of it is beautiful. It's a great place to just cool down in the heat. Even in the winter, I love like it's just a like a great quiet area. And I love that they put in the circus tents in the back. There's one that there's literally never anybody in there. And there's charging stations and everything in there, and nobody knows about it because nobody tells anybody about it. So there's a great, big, beautiful bathroom back there. There's character meet and greets that nobody ever knows about that's back there. There's a great candy shop.
oh, that place is
That
huge.
that place is huge. That store back there is huge, but there's a candy counter. Not really candy. I shouldn't say that, but they have like a lot of like the candy apples and the cake pops and like those sorts of treats. That's usually where we go because
And the
there's
neat
never a
thing
line.
there, yeah, and the neat thing there is looking at the floor that it's like a hand stitched tent.
Yes.
So again, going with the theming.
And even outside, you'll look down on the ground and there's peanuts in the ground
Mm-hmm.
and popcorn. It's cute.
It's on purpose. It's not sloppy
It's
because
on purpose. Yes.
it's to make an atmosphere. And now with the splash pad though, with Casey Jr., make sure that you have. It might be a good idea to bring a change of clothes for little kids,
Yes.
depending on how much they want to go in there and how wet it is. And two, if you have really little kids, swim diapers, please.
Yes. Swim diapers. But the bathrooms are huge because they're meant to be like a changing room area as well for the splash pad. So you have space to do that right there. It's all right in that nice little section. And then right there is Dumbo, which is the quintessential first Magic Kingdom ride that you have every kid has to take their first ride on Dumbo.
Now the lines can get a little bit longer for this, but they've doubled Dumbo,
Yes,
so
so
there's
there's
two of them.
two Dumbos and they reopened the kids play center tent over there. They give you like a little buzzer if it's really, really busy. And you can go over into there's another tent. There's about 7 tents over there, I think. But they have like a play place, like a activity place where they have things they can like climb in the ball pit and climb up around in the tunnels and stuff and just run around. It's fun.
And
And
so
it's
the kids aren't just waiting in line; they have a chance to run off some energy and
and it's
be kids,
temperature controlled. So if
which is
it's
so
really
nice.
hot, it's air conditioning.
And
Or if
actually,
it's
whenever we
really
went,
cold, it's warm.
yeah, that's why we were there and we went in line. It was like, can we just stay here? It was like there was no line whenever we were trying to get on it, but it was like, can we just
Can I
hang out
just
a bit?
stay in the elephant and just keep going around and around? You know?
Oh no, we were staying inside the tent because it was cold outside, and
Oh,
we were
yeah.
like, oh. But yeah, staying in the Dumbo, they don't let you do that though. You have to get
I
out and get right back
know.
on.
But
And
yeah.
then Little Mermaid,
Oh, I love The Little Mermaid.
that it usually doesn't have too bad of a line. It's a
No,
nice little
it's
thing, and
usually
there's
not
good
that
music
bad.
in it.
Hmm.
Enchanted Tales with Belle,
Which Belle is my favorite. I love Enchanted Tales with Belle. That
and
is one
everyone
of
gets to
my
play,
favorite things to do in the Magic Kingdom.
and people you get to play a part in the actual like telling of the story of Belle and the Beast.
My father has played Beast a few times. So my father is a very broad, tall, very larger man. And we went in as two adults because I wanted to go see it, and they picked him to be the Beast.
Sadly, we did not get to see this with my daughter yet because she was in one of her moods that day. But
Cute.
for someone who,
I
yeah,
still have not figured out. You get to walk through the mirror into
Belle's area where you get to meet
Yeah.
Belle. It's Disney magic.
It's like, yeah, it's Disney magic. It's the same Disney magic at Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Like it's you get to walk into the movie, the cartoon.
Hmm.
I still haven't figured it out yet, so I'm still amazed as an adult. You know.
It's the pixie dust. What's to figure out? I don't know.
Right.
I don't get it.
Magic.
But yeah, we especially my daughter who loves to be on stage and entertain and be the
Hmm.
center of attention. This is right up her alley. So we have to kind
Oh,
of
yes.
finagle her to,
Yes.
okay, quit looking at the roller coaster. Let's try to do something else right now. Take a
Mhm.
rest. So, but not far from there is also Mickey's PhilharMagic. And very nice thing again, it's inside, it's air
Inside.
conditioned. You get to sit down for a while.
Yes. Although if you're my child, we will not be going in there.
So you do have to wear 3D glasses for
3D
that. So
glasses. Yeah, that was
yeah.
not a happy accident. Let's put it that way. I'm like, oh, let's go watch PhilharMagic. And then the minute things started coming at him at the 3D, he was like, oh, hell no. He was like, Mommy, we're done. Okay, bye. It's like, don't you? It's Disney movies, and Donald is in the movies with nope. Mm-mm.
And it's good music again.
I was like, and it's all these movies that you've watched. It's all the good music. Don't you want to sing to the music? No, no, I don't. Okay.
Try go when he's older. Try
Yeah.
again. That's good. Now this next one is kind of on here. I don't know how much it's great because there is a bit of line
There
always.
is
Is Peter
always a
Pan's flight.
line for Peter Pan's flight. However, the ride itself is a nice, relaxing ride on a pirate ship
Neverland. Yeah.
to Neverland.
Problem is you got to come back.
Yeah.
Although you know why Peter Pan does not make a good airline pilot. He can never land.
Mm.
Okay, bad joke. We'll move on. So it's a small world.
My child doesn't like that one either because the song gets stuck in his head. He's
Although
like,
there's the
"You
new
can go
lyrics
on
now.
without me, Mom." I'm like, "But okay."
There's the next verse though that they now have in
There's a
the.
new verse. I keep telling him we got to go on it. He's like, "No, I'm good." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Although the Disneyland version is better, at least the exterior.
I prefer Disneyland at Christmas.
Oh yeah, it's so gorgeous.
It's and there's a totally different song. It's a Christmas song. It's beautiful. I think I went on it 4 times last time we were there for Christmas. Oh, and then our next one, we're heading over into Liberty Square for my least favorite ride ever.
It's
It's
not a
not even a
ride.
ride, it's a show. But
No, our little girl slept through this the last time, and then they wouldn't let us sit in the Hall of Presidents for a second time, so we just went out and just went back into the lobby, and she slept on the floor. And we
this
got
is
all
what
the
we call the nap attraction. Yeah.
yeah, we had all these middle-aged women who have had their kids and grown up who saw our little girl sleeping on the floor and us sitting next to her and came over and just smiled and nodded like, "Yep,
Right.
enjoy the quiet."
Yep.
So, but my wife and I then took turns that we got to wander around, and I don't think we actually went on the attraction because we weren't sure when our daughter would get up, but we at least got to go get food or look at a shop, or for me, I took
Right.
pictures.
Yeah. But Hall of Presidents, I think I my mother was always the educational mother, and we had to sit through the Hall of Presidents. That and the American Adventure. At least the American Adventure, I was into music, so the Voices of Liberty performed, and I was okay with that. And there was music in the American Adventure, so I was cool with it. Hall of Presidents, just I can't. It is horribly boring to me. I cannot. Although I
Now,
did learn something in the Hall of Presidents, the presidential seal on the floor is only the second one in the United States. The other one is actually in the White House. They literally had to get an act of Congress to put that in the Hall of Presidents at Walt Disney World.
that's impressive.
Mhm.
And now, whenever I was in grade school, so seventh, well, I guess it would have been middle school, seventh,
Mhm.
eighth grade, we had to memorize the order of the presidents, both forward and backwards, and we had to recite them. Our teacher had, history teacher had all the pictures of the presidents up on the like above the blackboard, and we had to take a pointer and go through and say them in order and then go backwards.
I could go
I can
forward. I don't know if I can do backwards anymore.
I can still do it. So
Mhm.
yeah, it made an impression on me. Thank you, Mrs. Ravis. We also had this giant constitution test where we
I
studied for
do know that.
weeks
Yep.
and we had to know all the amendments and oh, it was like she made sure we were good citizens. So and then she took the whoever the top three were, she took them out to eat. So we got to go to Red Lobster.
Oh, that's nice.
So my mom
No,
was now just like, "You got how many shrimp when you were there?" It's like she said I could get whatever we wanted. It's like she didn't mean that. Oh, but my teacher said, "Hey, he ate every single one of them, so it's okay."
right? Not like
So
you over ordered.
yeah. Now here's a place that's in Liberty Square that is a bit more of Amanda's favorite, the
Oh,
Haunted
yes.
Mansion.
As we've had a previous podcast with all of the secrets of the Haunted Mansion because I know many of them, if
And
not
if it
all.
ever says the wait time is 13 minutes, the wait
There
time
you
will
go.
not be 13 minutes.
No,
That means you get to walk right on. So
that's the
look for
big
that.
secret. Yeah. Look for 13 minutes.
Now, something I would say that we could get on the Liberty Bell and take a cruise around the rivers of America, but not
Mm,
anymore. But
not
if you're in
anymore.
Disneyland, get on the Mark Twain.
Yes.
But now, something moving on into Frontierland, the Country Bears Jamboree, the new version. Oh,
Mm,
two thumbs up. I like that so much better than the original.
okay.
Okay, whenever I was little, Big Al singing "Blood on the on the Saddle" scared me. Okay, I was
That was
scarred for
so
life.
inappropriate.
Exactly. It just does not fit with Disney. So it
It's
caught
true,
me off.
but some things that Disney did in his old movies did not fit with Disney either. So,
Yeah,
you know,
true. But yeah, that part, just it rubbed me the wrong way when I was little and I just could not get back. But now with the change, the little bit, but I think they did a really good job of taking the songs that can work
yeah,
well with a country twang and putting that in. So bravo for the choice of music. Plus it's
right.
songs that I know. So oh, the other one, it reminded me too much of Chuck E. Cheese. All right.
That's true. Okay, I
It
can see
it
that.
it, it needed the update. It was
It needed a little bit of an
so
update. It was getting
it
old.
needed some TLC, which it
Yeah,
got. But I'm a fan, just especially because my daughter knows these songs. So whenever we go in,
that's
she's
true. So
singing
you can
along,
actually
and
sing
she's
along
it's
and
a little bit more of a fan favorite, especially with younger kids. So
yeah.
that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Okay.
Now moving over into Adventureland, the Enchanted Tiki Room,
I love the Tiki Room.
and
We
we
are
talked
big
about
fans of the
this.
Tiki Room.
We talked about the songs there with our music episode and the uh,
Yes.
who was singing them and all that good stuff. But yeah, I like the Tikis who do the drumming.
Hmm.
Now, the Jungle Cruise, the lines do get very long for this, but if you can catch it early in the morning or a time when it's not so crowded, and I like
Yeah.
especially around Christmas, the Jingle Cruise,
The Jingle Cruise is my favorite. Oh my goodness.
and do it at night if you can. It's different.
You must. It's a totally different experience day and night.
Yeah, be careful though. Sometimes the wait time can go from anywhere from 60 minutes up to a full hour.
Oh, yes. Right?
All right, so I'm pulling my, homage to the Jungle Cruise jokes on that one, but
Yes, you
still.
are. Yeah.
But we're very close to there is Aladdin's flying carpets. So
Watch
if
out for the
you
spitting
don't get,
camel.
yeah, the camel does spit. But if you don't go on Dumbo, or if you have a kid who loves Dumbo and you're just in a different area of the park,
Yeah, it's
similar
Dumbo, but
thing.
with flying carpets, and it tilts forward and back too,
Yeah.
instead of just up and down.
And we avoided the Astro Orbiter because sometimes you get up a little bit too high there, and I was
Yeah,
traumatized on
I
my first
can't.
trip there.
I can't do the Astro Orbiter.
You
Sorry.
push the button to go up, and so little 2-year-old me is pushing this button, and we go up, and then I got scared and wanted to go down. And I kept pushing the button, and my mom's sitting there laughing too hard to tell me quit pushing the button, then we'll go down. As I push, like go down, it's like, and she's laughing at me.
Nope.
I was like, thanks,
Yep.
mom.
Right? We all have one of those parents.
Yeah. All right, so now let's walk out of Magic Kingdom. Let's hop on the monorail. We'll
Monorail.
change it to TTC and let's go to Epcot.
Yay.
And the first thing you're gonna see at Epcot is Spaceship Earth, which is our first stop
Yes.
on our list. It nice, quiet ride. Well, not too quiet. It gets kind of noisy there. It's a bit dark, so again, it's a good nap
Slow,
area. It's
not quiet.
slow.
It's
Yeah.
slow and relaxing ride through history.
Although one tip, if you're trying to record it, be careful because the speakers are behind you, so you don't like really hear anything. So it's really hard to do that. So it just means don't record it, listen, enjoy it, and then just go back again and again and again and again.
Yes. And if you're my child, you will learn the spiel in every language possible.
Yeah, my daughter picked German the last time,
Yeah,
so
we picked a few different languages. So,
so
yeah.
guten Tag and Danke.
Mm,
Now, close to there, heading over into the Seas with Nemo and Friends area is the Seas with Nemo and Friends. Nemo
yes.
and Friends, if I can enunciate. So you get nice little, and the neat thing about this is that you get to see the actual fish and some of the other, the turtles and whatever else in the aquariums, and you get to see Nemo kind of and some of the other characters with them, which
Yes.
is great technology there. Good job, Imagineers.
Yeah. And then I think underrated is the entire aquarium because most people just go for that ride and then Turtle Talk with Crush, which I think is fascinating anyway. I just love the technology. It's so cute. But there's so much in that aquarium that people don't realize. They just go on the ride and exit. There's tons of stuff in there.
Oh, my little
They
girl
have
loves
a
that little
little
play area with the sharks.
Bruce's,
Yeah.
yeah, Bruce's little play area is cute, and there's tons of educational stuff all the way through there. Um, there's a little nursery for like brand new baby fish. It's really cute. And the manatees. The manatees are my favorite.
You get to see them eat
Except
whole heads of lettuce.
yes, except they're not the same manatees anymore. So they used to have two manatees that were permanent residents, and now they've changed the program. So they're not permanent manatees all the time anymore. They rotate them through for rehab. So you will get new manatees regularly. But the manatee that lives there now, his name is Inigo. You kill my father, prepare to die. Okay. So if you did not get that reference, I don't think we can be friends.
As you wish.
Thank you.
Okay.
Um, but yes, so there's Inigo, and I want to say there was a Henry at one point, which we thought was adorable, naturally, because I have a Henry. But they rotate them through now, which is like they used to have the same two manatees, I think, for 15 years until they released them back into the wild. And then they have the dolphins, which I didn't know. I found this out when I did back in the day. They had dolphins in depth. They had the backstage tour that I don't think they have anymore. They actually have to keep the dolphins in a separate area of the aquarium because they will mess with all the other fish on purpose because it's funny to them. They
Yeah,
will
dolphins have.
actually take the turtles and spin them like a top. So, yeah, they are fresh little things, but they're smart, you know.
And I just made a connection there that my little girl loves swimming, so I've always said that she's part fish, but
Could
she's
be part
also
dolphin.
very smart and mischievous. So maybe she's part
She's part
dolphin.
dolphin. They're
I think that's it.
mischievous. Yeah.
And Amanda mentioned all the educational material. That's what we do whenever my daughter is playing in the little Bruce's shark area. That I'll go around
Mhm.
and I'll read all the stuff, or whenever we're waiting
Yeah.
for Turtle Talk to start. That whenever she's like, "When is this going to start? How much longer?" But going on
Like,
here.
well,
Let's
look at
read.
all
Look
this
at
stuff.
this.
I didn't realize because I think the last time I was there in December was the first time I actually did Turtle Talk with Crush because we had bypassed it every time. This is the first time I was in Epcot with my 5-year-old. Every other time had been an adult trip, and I was like, I don't need to see that, you know. No, it was absolutely adorable. I'm so disappointed now in my past self that I missed it so many times. You know, it's the same thing as like the Monsters Inc. laugh floor. It's interactive and it changes every time because they interview audience members and Crush responds. So it's totally underrated because you can have a different experience every single time. And some of
And
these kids come up with these questions, and I'm not sure where they come from.
kids will say the darndest things.
Yes, they will.
And that's what I think makes this possibly better than the Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor is because in the Monsters Inc. They talk to some kids, but it's also more adult themed. With this one,
Yeah.
there's only one time when they talk to an adult, so talk to one of the parents, and that's a real cute exchange between Crush and the parent. But
Mhm.
it's mostly the kids and
Yeah.
some off the wall stuff and the kids' reactions. That's just as funny as anything the Crush says sometimes.
Yeah.
And now if we go to its next door neighbor, the land,
Uh,
Amanda's favorite, Living with the Land.
Living with
I'm
the
right up there.
land. It's become
They
more
cha-
popular in recent years, but I can appreciate the nice boat ride through the greenhouse.
and take the back to state the tour if you want. Usually it doesn't fill
Yes,
up, so you can
Behind the
book those.
Scenes is probably the best backstage tour to start with because A, it's only an hour. It is the least expensive tour on Disney property, and it's really interesting. I learned so much during that tour. They pack a
Nature
lot
Garden
of
better
information.
next summer.
Yeah,
And then moving on is to the Imagination Pavilion with Journey into the Imagination.
with my favorite purple dragon.
Good old what's his name? No, I'm kidding. It's Figment. Everyone loves Figment. And the after you're done, the play area there is
That's a really
so
great
hands-on,
area.
so
Yeah.
interactive. My little girl could have spent half the day there.
Mm,
Then we had to remind her, hey, do you want to go on test track? And she's like, oh, yeah.
yeah.
So
That just reopened. I'm excited for that.
yeah, I want to see that update.
The updates look cool.
And now right next to that is the Disney and Pixar Short Film Festival.
Yes.
So you get again air conditioning, sit down, watch some cartoons, and I kind of like the outside even better with the dancing waters.
Yes, the dancing water is always fun to watch, and the fountain that goes backwards.
Yeah, the reverse fountain that goes
Reverse
up
fountain.
instead of down, and there, I may or may not have gotten soaking wet on many occasions playing in those fountains,
Oh,
with
yes.
the squirting dancing waters
You have to
when I
chase
was
the
a
water
kid.
naturally.
And then putting my hand up, hey, I wonder if I can touch that whenever it comes down. And yeah,
Right?
and whenever it hits your hand and splashes all over you. Now, if you are a DVC member, inside the Imagination Pavilion is one of the
The
DVC
DVC lounge, yes.
lounges. So that's nice. And we
And
talked about
then,
DVC on a previous podcast.
yes. And then if you are a Disney Visa card member holder, there is also a special Disney Visa photo opportunity in the Imagination. It's not in the actual pavilion. It's like there's a separate little building right across from the dancing water. It's only open a few hours a day, but if you have a Disney Visa card, you can get a special picture with Mickey and or his friends. It changes every day.
So if you're not going to wait in line, don't want to wait in quite so
You don't
long
want to wait in
lines.
line for Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy, or Pluto.
The other nice thing about the Disney Visa is that they do give you discounts occasionally
Oh,
on
yes.
hotel rates. So it's a bonus.
There's a lot. There's discounts on hotels. There's always discounts for certain restaurants in the park, shopping, some of your excursions and tours, and like other stuff that you can do around the resorts, like carriage rides, mini golf, I think there's a discount for lots of stuff. So it's worth it. If you go more like how we go, like twice a year, it's very worth it.
I think just having a credit card that has like Mickey on it is worth it for me. So
Mine has Maleficent on it.
I think I got mine's like the 100 year of celebration thing. So
You can get Star Wars characters on yours just in
yeah,
case.
I know.
My father has Darth Vader. So
Yeah, it was a hard choice picking the one that I wanted.
hard, yeah.
And now, once you're done with that, you can take a stroll around the World Showcase, and
Yeah, I think
particularly,
the entirety of World Showcase is laid back because you can do it at your own pace, minus the rides that you have and the shows. Like there's really everything is just shopping and dining, and there's all these little kiosks. I love talking to the cast members in World Showcase because they're all international exchange cast members. So I get such a great conversation, and you get such a different worldview from the cast members in World Showcase. There's
Yeah.
always something interesting to talk about, you know?
Oh, yeah. And just ask them, oh, you're from here. Can you tell me about your hometown? And,
Yes.
as long as
Um,
they don't have another job to do right away, if
right.
they can afford to talk to you, they will talk to you.
And one of the things that we always do, we did last time with Henry, we got the extra World Showcase passport. There's a passport that you can purchase that has stickers and stuff with it. It's not a huge cost, but the cast members at the KidCot stations will actually, um, they provide postcards and things and will write on things for you. But we had him pick a phrase. So because it was Christmas time, he wanted to have each of the cast members in all of the countries write Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, whatever their holiday greeting is, and put it in his passport. So he now knows how to greet every holiday in all of these countries. And then he had like for Japan and China and Morocco, some of the different countries that use different characters for
But yeah.
languages, he had them write his name. So like he learned how what his name looks like in Japanese characters and Chinese characters. So it was really interesting. He really got a kick out of it at 5 years old, you know. So he wants to do it again this year while we go, but he's still picking his word.
That
So
can be dangerous.
it's very dangerous, yeah. But he liked it because they're stickers, which they're Disney related stickers, but like they're each sticker sheet for each country has their like for the one for Japan, there's a sticker of Mount Fuji. There's some sort of landmark. There's a flag for each country. There's things that you would relate to each country so the kids can learn about the countries. It's a little extra, you know what I mean? It got him to really focus on those countries instead of just, oh, let me go in the store and buy a piece of candy or a stuffed animal. He sat down at the KidCot station and talked with each of these cast members and got to know a little bit. You know, it really, I am my mother. I'm making him learn things every time we go.
And the one thing they may have mentioned before is that you can do this at your own pace, that there's well, basically no line. You don't have to wait in a line to walk around the countries, which
Right,
again, it's always, okay, let's go here, let's go there. It's not waiting for something. There's a purpose to what you're doing. It's not just standing around time,
right. And
which is
then
why
what's
we love
nice is
Epcot so much.
that's why I love Epcot so much is it's just do as you want, when you want, how you want, but it still takes up your whole day. There's still always something to do and something to
Hmm.
look at and something to see and then there's all the things in each country. So, there's all the performers, which I love the performers because they're unique to those cultures.
Uh,
Um,
the drummers in Japan.
drummers, oh, they're fantastic.
Yeah, and oh, the street performers in France, the acrobats that they have.
Mhm.
Oh, stacking chairs and climbing to the top. Oh,
Yes,
I kind of have to look away because it makes me nervous, but
it does.
they're good.
They do it. It's fascinating. I would never be able to do that.
I think I might be able to do it once.
Maybe
I could,
just once.
then I'd
And
fall, and
I'd get to the top, but I don't know that I would safely get back to the bottom.
it's like jumping out of a plane without a parachute. Once in a lifetime
Yeah,
experience.
only takes once.
Now, I may have mentioned some of the attractions. So they don't all have lines. Like in Mexico, the Grand Fiesta Tour, starring the three caballeros. We went on that like three times in a row. And this is one I think they did let us just sit in it. Um,
And they can sometimes will just let you go around again a few times
because there
because
was no
really a
line,
line.
literally. And so Byler was like, again, again, again. And they were kind of laughing at us. It was like, okay, you didn't realize this, you had fun and we won this 3 times in a row. We can go on something else first and then come back to this if you'd like.
Right.
So we settled on three. Like, after two, it was like, all right, one more time. And then we're doing something else. Like, okay. Then still, we got done. Let's do it again. It's like later,
Right.
which we
We'll come
did
back.
come back to it. But yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, that is a bit frenetic. It's a slow boat ride, but things going around you, there's a
Things
lot
go around
happening.
you and they're moving.
You
Donald
kind of
is
need to
running
see
around.
it 3 times to catch everything.
Yes.
Now, moving on to China, they have the is it Circle Vision 360, the
Yes.
reflections of
The
China,
reflections
and
of China.
some of the cinematography there and the
It's
landscapes,
beautiful.
so beautiful.
The other thing that I love in China is when you go inside one of the pavilions, they have the display about Shanghai and Hong Kong
The
Disney.
Disneyland parks there, yeah.
Yeah, so it's really nice to see the difference in culture between American Disney and Chinese Disney. It's a completely different viewpoint in the way things are organized. They talk about like the way they had to organize the lands because of numerology in Chinese is very, very important. Um, they had to put a specific amount of lands into the parks because of that. Because like I think six is or seven is lucky. I don't remember which number it was, or eight is lucky. So they had to do it specifically, whatever that was number was.
I
I
think it's eight because when
yeah.
the Olympics were in Beijing, it started on 8/8
Yeah.
in the year, yeah, it was 2008.
Hmm. So they had to do it specifically for that reason. And then there's certain things like um their uniforms were set up a different way because of culture and all sorts of crazy stuff. So
And now moving past Reflections of China, when you go through the Outpost 2, we get to play some of the musical instruments.
yes,
That's always fun. Just watch out for
always
the
fun.
drawbridge to make sure it's down because that can cause a traffic jam. We got caught up in that once. Well,
I've
more
had
than
that
once.
happen.
And then right after that are the trains in Germany, which are so
Hmm.
many little details to see. You could
Oh
spend
yes.
hours looking for little things.
And I love every time you go through the trains in Germany when there's a festival happening in EPCOT, their main street, the flags change to the festival. I think
Little
it's so
details
cute.
like that.
The little
Yeah.
details, you know. There's actually a Instagram that follows the trains in Germany that I follow because like every time like they must be like Disney pass holders or something and they go like regularly and they take pictures like oh so and so is in a fight over here and like there's drama here and there's a lost cat and there's like a it's the 'cause somebody in Disney is very entertained by the train set in Germany. You know, that must be their job every day is to rearrange the train set and like create some sort of chaos so that somebody can find it. Like that would be my father because my father worked for the railroad for his whole life. Like he would absolutely set up the train set every day and be like, what disaster can I have happen today? You know?
Sounds like a job for Stitch. The
Oh,
mischievousness of, yeah.
yeah.
Now you see where Amanda gets it.
Yeah.
Moving on a little further. Now in Italy, there's a little gondola area where the poles are sticking up. You can
Yes.
just look out on there, and that's
It's
just
meant
pretty.
to
Just
be it's meant to really be Venice. Yeah.
yeah, and just sitting there and just looking out at the water. But
Hmm.
then moving on to American Adventure, the actual American Adventure show, which Amanda somewhat lambasted before, but it has music, so it's okay.
I like
I,
the Voices of Liberty.
yeah,
So when you go into the theater, before the theater opens, the Voices of Liberty do perform inside the lobby, and they are phenomenal.
more a cappella.
It's a cappella. It's beautiful. I was very upset with my husband about 6 months ago because they were hosting auditions and he would not let me move to Florida and work for Disney. I was very
Well,
upset.
and
He would not let me audition. I was like, excuse me. You are destroying my dreams of working for Disney because I could do this and I don't have to take out garbage or like serve people at the food. Like I could actually do this job at Disney and be happy for the rest of my life. But thank you, sir. He's like, no, we are not going to bankrupt ourselves so you can get paid like $10 an hour to go sing at Disney World. Because, yeah, no, they don't get paid that much. But I would be happy and poor, you know,
Hey, money doesn't
at
buy
Disney World.
happiness. So singing in Disney is happiness.
It's happiness. Anyway, I would rather go and then just not go into the theater for American Adventure and just go back out into Epcot
No, I like going into
barbecue.
I like the actual American Adventure show because it
I
has
watch it once in a while. Okay. Ben
yeah.
Franklin walks, which is really cool for an audio animatronic, considering how old the audio animatronic in question actually is. I was going to say how
But
old he is, but
yeah, yeah.
both.
But Mark Twain, one of my favorite
Yes.
authors, that
Oh, I love
his
Mark Twain.
sarcasm
Yes.
and don't just read Huck Finn and Tom Sawyer. Read some of his other stuff like Travels Abroad or yeah, Travels Abroad, Roughing It, um,
Hmm.
Life on the Mississippi. It really gives you some insight into um, where he got all that information about some of the stuff that he writes about in Huck Finn and things like that. But
Yeah.
it's really amazing, like the life he lived. I mean, he did a lot of stuff, and his sense of humor. Like he's talking about that they went to France and they got a guide, and he was like, "Yeah, we were speaking. We all studied French and we knew French and we talked to the guy and he hardly knew any French at all. He couldn't understand us. I don't know what it was." It was
Right.
like, he writes it from this arrogant, like overly pompous American's perspective, and once you
Yep.
realize what he's doing, it's like, oh yeah, it's great. But yeah, they also have the Regal Eagle right outside. So if you want to get some good
Yes.
barbecue,
Which is really actually decent barbecue for a theme park.
and if it's they're having a show, the America Gardens Theater, that's a great place to take a load off. Although for some of the more popular things like the Eat to the Beat concert series and the Candlelight Processional, you'll have to wait a long time unless you do one of the dining packages, which we're going to talk about on a different podcast. In Japan, there's the koi pond to look at some fish, just to,
Oh,
especially if
yes.
you're getting food there and sitting in that area, just to munch away and watch fish go. It's a nice,
Yeah, that
peaceful
whole
afternoon.
bamboo garden up there is one of my favorite little like quiet areas in Disney World. It's just so peaceful.
And then moving on to in Morocco, we've talked about walking around in there before, and they haven't explore that area. They have some neat little surprises in there,
Yeah.
like the
I
little
like Morocco because again, it's set up like a Moroccan souk. So you walk around in the back and all of a sudden you're in this little like shop area. It's just nicely set up.
and then there's like the car race or the car
Mm,
rally little thing,
that
which
little
I'm
thing.
disappointed you can't control the car. You can just sit at the
Right.
seat and the
But
steering wheel's just there. But my little girl had fun pretending to drive in it.
mhm, it's fun for little kids.
Yeah. Next up is in France, Impressions de France, which is another one of their shows, and it
Yes.
actually alternates. It during the day in the theater, it's one, and then later in the evening they switch it out, so you can
Beauty
get
and the Beast sing
Beauty and the
along,
Beast earlier. Yes,
which
again,
actually is cute. It's very cute.
one of my
Every
favorite
time I go
songs.
in there, there's nobody in there, so I sing along really loud.
And Amanda has a nice voice we've established, so that's
Oh
fine.
yeah,
When I go and sing really loud, no, that doesn't work out too well.
I'll just drown you out. It's fine.
I know my limitations. Singing is not one of my talents. No, whenever if I was in a band, I'd just be the good looking one.
We'll give you the tambourine.
Used to the
That's usually what happens,
Partridge Family.
right?
I can play a mean bell, all right, or
There
the
you go.
triangle.
There
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
you go.
And then again, one of my favorites, although I like the older version, "Oh Canada." or I think it's like Canada Far and Wide now.
Yes.
That I like the Martin Short one. It was funny.
Oh, that
The
was
one
fun.
now is still pretty good. They have some against the Circle Vision 3D thing.
Hmm.
Uh, or wait, is China 3D or is it or all the way around or is it just 280? One of them's like 200 degrees.
Yeah. One of them's not quite 360.
I forget which one's which though. But yeah, the Canada one's still pretty decent. And again,
Yeah.
the landscapes of Canada,
Are
the Canadian
gorgeous.
Rockies. And we did a whole podcast about the Rocky Mountaineer before.
Hmm.
It's I'm a mountain guy. You know,
Yeah, my husband's a mountain guy, so he likes to go in there and like zen because he's not a Disney person. So he's like, I'm gonna go watch the Canada video. I'm like, okay, go watch the Canada video. Calm yourself down, get all the, because there's never anybody in there. It's another quiet area of Disney.
yeah, the
So
waiting area down there. It's kind of
yeah,
dark too, and
it's
good thing
cool,
to
it's
relax.
relaxing.
And
And
since
my
it's the
kid sits at the KidCot station, which is right outside the exit of the theater, and just colors.
hey, that works for me.
So yeah,
And since it's
it's
Circle
for us.
Vision 3D, or 360, you got to look in different directions. So it's
Hmm.
definite repeatability.
Yeah, which is nice. So, and we usually get our what is it? Maple popcorn from the cart. That's a nice little snack to accompany that little video.
Again, the little local delicacies,
Hmm.
and you can get some poutine there too.
Like poutine.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it either. So I'm
Well,
not a
my
cheese guy. So
my
I don't
mother
know.
grew up in Buffalo, which is right across the border from Niagara Falls, 20-minute drive away.
Yep, go through there a
So,
couple times. We've gone to Niagara
a
Falls.
lot of Canadian influence.
Hey,
So, hey,
so we still have to go through two more parks and then like the hotels, but we'll save
yeah,
that for another episode. So
yeah,
right now,
be a
Amanda,
two-parter again.
amazing how we do these two-parters with Amanda. We talk
I
all the
like to
time.
talk. It's
So
just
do
you and
I.
me.
Hi, podcast world. You're listening, right?
Right? I hope so.
So Amanda, travel tip. What do you got?
Oh, stop and smell the roses. That's my,
Especially if so,
especially at Disney World, there is always, especially with the details, like we're talking about laid back stuff to do, but there's always like the quiet corner. You can always find a little spot among the chaos and just take a breath and keep going.
I was gonna say stop and smell the roses, especially if you're there for the Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival. But
Well, even
yeah, it
without the
works all the
Flower
time.
and
Even
Garden
without it, yes.
Festival, you do have the Rose Walk
Yes.
in Epcot. So there is that little one pathway that has all the roses planted. So,
Yeah, mine's gonna go along those lines. The Disney vacation doesn't have to be exhausting.
mm,
It's possible to end a Disney vacation and not need another vacation to recover. So slow paced is not the same as boring. It doesn't mean uneventful. There's plenty to do at Walt Disney World that you can experience at a more relaxed pace without needing to wait in long lines. And the goal of your vacation, whether it's a Disney vacation or otherwise, it's to enjoy yourself. If that is going 100 miles an hour, then great. But if it means taking it easy and sleeping in, just as good. They say, the you do you on your vacation. That
yeah,
it's okay. You don't have to do what everyone else does. If you
right.
want to be relaxed, you can do that. If you're
Yeah,
having fun, you're accomplishing your goal.
yeah.
So, if you have a destination or an experience that you'd like to have us discuss on the Where Yinz Goin podcast, or if you'd like to share your favorite destination or have a travel tip, feel free to contact me. I'd love to hear your feedback and ideas. Amanda, how can people get a hold of you?
I am on social media, both on Facebook and Instagram at Dreams by Design Travel with Amanda. Or I can be reached by email, amanda@dreamsbydesigntravel.com.
Here at the podcast, we're on Facebook and X at Where Yinz Goin. Yinz, Yinz, Goin, Goin with the apostrophe. All this information is going to be in the episode description. So if you want to contact us to book a trip or have any questions, you can find us there. You don't have to have written this down or have to memorize how to all the stuff right now.
Right?
If you're driving, hands on the wheel, please.
Yeah, please. No crashing.
Please like, follow, subscribe, leave a review, tell a friend. If you like what you heard, let other people know. Let them enjoy it too. Amanda's coming back next week. We're going to talk about more laid back stuff. So peace, chill until then, right?
Right.
So
We know you can't wait.
true. So, but everyone else, please join us next time. We're heading out. We'll see you later.